Coach Ben Miller opened up the exhibition season, tough 89-86 loss to Athletes in Action. I thought athletically we've improved leaps and bounds, but just talk about tonight's game overall.
Yeah, well, they're really good. We try to schedule really good teams in the exhibition, and they're as talented as anybody will play all year. They got a lot of guys with pro contracts overseas, and they're veterans. They're probably 23 to 27-year-old players, and they've been practicing together for I think 6 or 7 weeks, and it shows. But we try to schedule teams like that because it gives us an opportunity to learn and get better.
Right.
They can expose your weaknesses defensively. We gave up open looks, and they got a lot of guys that can shoot the ball and some really good post players who can score around the basket. So it's kind of pick your poison there. But we didn't rebound. We started off the game rebounding pretty well. We were up 4 on the rebound battle, and then as the game wore on, they kind of overpowered us at times on the backboards,
Right.
giving up second shots. Offensively, we got a lot of guys that can score. We got some veterans, but we got some young guys trying to figure it out, playing in their first college game. And our inexperience showed a little bit in the second half. We got that lead, and then we kind of relaxed a little bit, got a little careless, and all of a sudden they're right back at you. But it's a good experience for us to look at that and say, okay, hey, we did some nice things, but there's a lot of things we can improve on. And that's true for every team this time of year.
And looking at the stat sheet, a lot of new guys. In the box score. You got some real quality minutes tonight from your new kids, and with the exception of Jihad transferring in from Campbell, I mean, looks like the redshirt year did a couple of your other kids some good as well.
Yeah, Q and Brandon redshirted for us, and Cordenbrock's out with an injury, but those two guys, are going to be really important to us this year. We just need to try to keep them learning and growing, and that's why you practice. And we got a nice week of practice before we go out west to California to try to help those guys keep improving. And hopefully we'll get KJ back too. That'll really help having his leadership and experience.
And talk about your guys that can score. You got to feel real comfortable about a game when you can get Shamal Brackett 22 shots in a game. I mean, just talk about him. And I know we talked about this with Brett Crawford from the Robinsonian, but talk about Shamal. He seems, again, the game's sort of slowed down for him. He's become more of a leading role now.
I think that's probably been the best thing is those seniors. They're trying to become leaders just in practice every day, and they all had really good off seasons. KJ, like I said, KJ's been out with his sprained ankle. And that was great. Shamel got good looks, and he's working harder without the ball. But as a team, we've got to do a better job. I mean, Ben Jacobs got 6 shots. George got 8. Those guys need to get more shots. Both those guys need to be in double-digit shot attempts. And so we got to have balance there. I mean, Shamel's going to get a lot of shots, and he should.
Right.
And that's great. But we also got to make sure our big guys are getting enough touches. And part of that's our execution. We had a hard time running some stuff.
Right.
We're not sharp enough with that execution yet, but we'll get better tomorrow in practice.
Now you got about 2 weeks, about a week and a half before you go out and face some tough games in California. First exhibition game against Stanford in Maples Pavilion, and then you turn around the next night and play San Francisco. What kinds of things do you now tweak in practice? What's the difference from what this team saw tonight to what they're going to see out there?
Well, I mean, honestly, I don't know a lot about. I know Stanford had a great run into the season. They got a great team back. Coach Dawkins has done a great job, so that'll be a great battle. Rex Walters at San Francisco, he's got a lot of new players, but they're going to compete really hard. So those will be 2, again, great practice games like tonight in preparation for the real games down in Anaheim, which, again, will be against great Division II opponents. But 3 great exhibition and practice games to help get us start taking those steps to becoming a team. And
not only the game experience, your players get a whole lot of time together when they're out there too. What kinds of things do you look for on a long trip like this as far as from a team chemistry standpoint?
Well, you're out there on the road, on the plains, in strange environments, hotels, different gyms. So you really got to bond and lean on each other. And that's, the great thing about a road trip like that. You can really have quality time with each other. And, some great competition in the games, but also some good times in the bus and the hotel. And I know our guys are looking forward to the opportunity.
And I know for the fans that are going to watch this, are your kids going to get a chance to go to Disneyland while they're out there?
That's part of the tournament down there. So we're going to have, I think we get a 2-day pass for our guys. So just a lot of neat experience. We got a couple guys who've never been on an airplane, so that'll be an adventure. And then we will have a little time to get to Disney and enjoy that and see the West Coast.